Hi everyone and welcome to another Korean lesson from Korean Studio. My name is Kim Gi-hwan. Now this is part 2 of our lesson this week on learning to talk about the weather in Korean. And we've got a lot of useful phrases to cover today, so we'll get started right away. And first, we're going to learn how to say that the weather is sunny, but also how the weather is cloudy. 오늘 날씨가 화창해요. The weather is sunny today. 오늘 날씨가 화창해요. So if you watch the first video this week that we published, then we know that 날씨 means the weather, and it's used with the subject marking particle 가. And 오늘 at the beginning of the sentence means today. And the key word is 화창해요, which comes from the adjective 화창하다, and it means for the weather to be sunny. So the sentence 오늘 날씨가 화창해요 means the weather is sunny today. Another word that we use to say that the weather is sort of sunny is the adjective 맑다. 맑다. Now the word 맑다 is actually used to mean to say that something is clear. So even when we talk about, like, let's say the sea water or the river water being clear, we can use this adjective 맑다. So we could say 강물이 맑아요, and that means the river water is clear. But so when we use this word 맑다 to say that the weather is sunny, we're essentially saying that there is no cloud in the sky. Therefore, it is sunny. So we could, using this adjective, we could say a sentence like 오늘 날씨가 맑아요. The weather is clear today. The weather is sunny today. 오늘 날씨가 맑아요. And we often use this adjective 맑다 with the word 하늘, which means sky. So we could say 오늘 하늘이 맑아요. The sky is clear today. 오늘 하늘이 맑아요. So there are two ways to talk about the weather being sunny, and I would say that both 화창해요 and 맑아요 are very commonly used. So it's good to be aware of both words. Okay, so let's now take a look at how we say that the weather is cloudy. 오늘 구름이 꼈어요. It's cloudy today. 오늘 구름이 꼈어요. Now the word 구름 means cloud, and it's used with the subject marking particle 이. And then we have this verb 끼다. And 끼다 is an interesting verb because it's used in many different situations. And one of the ways that we use this verb 끼다 is to say that something is sort of like covering something in a wide area. So when we say 구름이 and we use 끼다 in past tense 꼈어요 to say that it's cloudy. So when we say 구름이 꼈어요, we're basically saying that the cloud is covered with clouds. So 구름이 꼈어요 means it's cloudy. And we can also use the verb 끼다 to talk about the weather being foggy. Now the word for fog in Korean is 안개. 안개. So to say that it's foggy, we would say 안개가 꼈어요. 안개가 꼈어요. And that simply means it's foggy. However, there is another way of talking about the weather being cloudy, and that's by using the adjective 흐리다. 흐리다. Now, 흐리다 essentially means that something is blurry and something is unclear. And we often use this adjective to talk about the weather being cloudy. So using this adjective, we can say a sentence like 오늘 날씨가 흐려요. The weather is cloudy today. 오늘 날씨가 흐려요. And with 흐리다, we can just use it in the present tense. 날씨가 흐려요. Okay, so that's how you can talk about the weather being sunny and also how the weather is cloudy. Let's now learn how to say that it's raining and it's snowing and also how it's windy. 서울은 요즘 비가 와요. It's rainy in Seoul these days. 서울은 요즘 비가 와요. The word 요즘 means these days, and the key word is the noun 비, which means rain. So when we talk about how it's rainy or it's raining, we use the verb 오다, which means to come, and its polite form is 와요. So when we say 비가 와요, it can mean it's rainy or it's raining, depending on the context. And we also often use the verb 내리다, which means to fall. So we can say 서울은 요즘 비가 내려요. However, of the two verbs, using 오다 is a little more common. So for this lesson, we'll focus on using that word. 오늘 비가 와요. It's raining today. 오늘 비가 와요. Now, talking about how the weather is snowy or how it's snowing is very simple. The word for snow is 눈. And to talk about how it's snowy or how it's raining, we also use the verb 오다 with 눈. So to say that it's snowy in Seoul these days, we can say 서울은 요즘 눈이 와요. 서울은 요즘 눈이 와요. So the sentence structure is exactly the same when we talk about how it's rainy these days in Seoul and how it's snowy in Seoul. 오늘 눈이 와요. 오늘 눈이 와요. Now, the beginning of July is monsoon season in Korea, and it rains a lot. So to talk about raining a lot, we can use the word 많이, which simply means a lot. So we can say 서울은 요즘 비가 많이 와요. It's raining a lot in Seoul these days. 서울은 요즘 비가 많이 와요. 서울은 요즘 눈이 많이 와요. It's snowing a lot in Seoul these days. 서울은 요즘 눈이 많이 와요. So we can use 많이 in front of the verb 와요 to say that it's raining a lot or it's snowing a lot. Here's how you can talk about windy weather. 서울은 요즘 바람이 불어요. It's windy in Seoul these days. 서울은 요즘 바람이 불어요. The key word is 바람, which means wind. And 바람 is used with a subject marking particle 이. And to say that it's windy, we use the verb 불다, which means to blow. And the polite form is 불어요. So essentially, when we say 바람이 불어요, we're effectively saying the wind is blowing. And this is how we say that it's windy or there is wind in the weather. 오늘 바람이 많이 불어요. It's very windy today. 오늘 바람이 많이 불어요. So depending on the context, 많이 can mean very. Okay, so today we've covered a lot of different expressions you can use to talk about the weather. And we've learned how to talk about the sunny and cloudy weather, and also how to talk about there being rain, snow, and how it's windy these days. That's it for today, and I look forward to seeing you soon again. Bye-bye.